How's it going, boy? Well, my Rock Auto order came, so that means I have my transmission mount, which also means I ordered the wrong one. I got that one. Unfortunately, it's not the right one. So, well, I'm going to see if that's 60. There's a 60E and another LS over there. I wonder if that mount is the same. I might try it. Anyways, we are going to finish up this rear suspension. I think we're going to cap my mounts here. We're going to fully weld these. We're going to cap those. Figure out where my brake lines are going to rerun to now. We got to do the pan hard. I found some shocks in the shed. Nope. Welding helmet doesn't want to stay there. There. So anyways, we found some shocks in the shed. We'll see if I can actually run them back here. It looks like there's room. There's not a lot of room, but there is room. Nothing's really fully welded over there. I have this, like I say, this was from an S10 or something. So we're going to put that in. Trim a few things up. I guess, like I say, we'll play with this and see where we get. From there, I guess tomorrow we'll have to go to town if that mount doesn't work. But if it does, then we'll start working on the transmission mount. I think that'd be ideal. Then that would almost get our chassis build kind of like, I wouldn't say finished, but pretty far along. This is the other day's fab screw up. I did a miscalculation and this thing was a ½ inch too short. So it just goes into the random parts pile. The one half of the mount actually was from like a Speedway panhard kit or something. We still got to weld the backside and do some other stuff there, but this is a whole lot of welding to do. But anyways, first things first, let's fabricable shock mount in there and see how that works, see how nice the back end is, and then we'll kind of start working our way forward. worked out not bad. Turns out the shocks, I need to get some bushings for the inside of them, but I might have some different ones in the shed yet, but. So at least we got shocks on. You can tell I got no bushings because they play in the shocks, but she's not bouncy anymore for that little bit. So we got it kind of boogered on right now. We're going to fully weld that up. I don't know how much more I'm going to do tonight. I'm probably not doing a heck of a lot more. Just going to take her easy for a change. Anyways, we got those in. So tomorrow I'm going to go in. We're going to weld these up. We can cut these excess off and finish welding up all the bits that we should do that we haven't done yet. Other than that, yeah. It looks like it'll work out. Up. When it does travel, the shock does kind of come in. So it's okay though for ride height and lifting it up a bit. But if you lift it like right up, the shock kind of rubs up on the diff. But I don't actually intend to drive at that height ever. So I think it'll be fine. I'm not going to worry about it. Yeah, till tomorrow. Well, I felt like switching it up, so I dug in my little shed there. Right, bud? We dug in there, didn't we? We got, I don't know what it was. I had another car that had bags or had a bag kit in it, or I bought these. I don't remember, but anyways, it's like we got an upper mount, a lower mount, and, well, I stuffed it in. We clearanced this so we can just get whatever. As long as you can get your fingers around, that should be enough for the bag. Like, you should be able to, I don't know. You need room around the bag. You don't want it too tight because the bag balloons when you drive. So anyways, it's a smaller bag than I normally run. Like, this is a 2500, which is, I guess, like, it's fine. I just need to get it an inch more because right now the bag is compressed and we're lifting the car up. So I need to get me some room somewhere. This little thing can go away, but that's not relevant. Most of the time I cut a plate and I just bolt the bag down, but I have this stuff. So what happens is this would sit where your spring is or where your shock would go. That's the two holes on there. Then you'd bolt that down. And then this thing goes to where your upper stud of your shock goes through, which then pulls this into the spring pocket and holds it in there. So this is, I don't know if I just take an inch off of here and just suck it in a little more. I'm not sure how much I have. Well, there should be lots. If you don't know, there's like little fingers. Nah, I can't show you. There's little fingers in there that hold the spring. Oh no, they're small. I can easily take that inch I need out of there. I think I do that. I should be okay. Let me see. Can you see inside of there? Can I get you a light? Can you see in? You can see the pocket sitting in there. It goes up, so then it's got a hole front or back, depending where you want to actually like sling your air hose. I'll probably, thinking about it now, I'll probably run it through and just come out somewhere that's very convenient and then, you know, away from everything. And then we can run it over to the back. But anyways, that's all I've been doing, playing with this. I'm probably going to cut both these cups down an inch because this is whatever, but here's where it actually was touching before. And it's sitting about yay high. It's about an inch. So let's trim those up and try to smack everything into the front together. I don't have any fittings, unfortunately, for the bags. I don't have, I got to find some. These are quite a large hole, like half-inch hole or something. So we'll do that, slam her together, and then maybe we can actually just see how high the whole car lifts. That'd be kind of cool. None of this is permanent. I do have my new upper control arms, but I'm not going to do that till I pull this out and we figure out what I'm doing in here. I'll have to find a new idler because, like I say, that one broke. But yeah. So, oh yeah, you see me trim underneath. Yeah, I was saying that. I trimmed underneath there because you just need a lot of room. But you don't have to cut much. Usually when I put a 2600 bag, you kind of like almost cut all of this away just because the bag sticks out so much. They ride better, but I figure I'll give this a try. It's smaller and there's less cutting. Because I don't really want to cut much stuff up. All right. Well, let's keep going. We'll start with these hats and then we can put both sides together and maybe I can find some fittings. We'll find out. that's pretty good. The car's sitting on her suspension right now. Yeah, that's pretty awesome. I fixed up that bag, or I fixed up that mount so it doesn't leak like crazy. I feel we're about ride height. I don't think I'm going to extend these down, because if I lift the front up first, it's just going to bury that bumper. So I think it's, well, here, if this thing, this represents the ground. So if the front's up all the way and I let the back down, it's pretty much gonna be touching. That is awesome. So with the front, I don't dig the lower mounts. Like, it does what I want up and down. There's actually plenty of room in there. You can see how the bag, I can get my hand all around it. That is the important thing. You want to make sure you can, because when this rides on the road, it's going to balloon. So you don't want it to hit stuff. I don't quite dig the way the bags are like that, but this mount, I don't like there's just too much angle. I'm going to fix up the plate. So I think a lot of folks do it, and this is just what it is, but I can't say I'm very comfortable with that. So I got to get some 1/4 inch. I don't want to do 3/16, so I'll do some 1/4 inch on the bottom. So I got to get a bit of that. And then I'll make a plate to weld into the bottom, and then we can bolt the bag down onto that. So we'll do that. For now, whatever, at least it goes up and down, that works. I got to go see my buddy. I know he's finished up my stuff for my rack. So I got to go pick that up. And we can put that in there. I was digging around in the shed. I found my bin with random transmission mounts. I think I picked one that I want to use already. So anyways, look at this. Look at this, look at this. Oh, one-handed. Awesome. I don't have a valve for that one, so I have to manually unplug it. And I found this. So I think this transmission mount's gonna work. So we pretty much can lift the body. We're gonna make this. I think we're gonna have to start looking at floor stuff so I can do mounts. Then we can kind of take the chassis off the table. And well, I guess it can come off the table. It's not a big deal. It might be nicer to work. No, it's probably better that I can lift and drop it right now. Yeah, because the transmission's there. We can kind of build around it. I don't know. I have a bunch of steel. What I want to do is do a 1x1, do the perimeter of the underneath that ledge, and then we can kind of start scaffolding across. And then we can build our trans tunnel, our humongous transmission hoop that we're going to have to make. I guess we're stuck with bucket seats because there's no way a bench is going to fit in this bad boy. Not with the trans tunnel as big as it's going to be. Well, here is about the tires I want to run. Looks like no matter what I do, I'm pretty much might have to be widening these fenders like everybody's been telling me. We can get a little bit out, but we may as well almost add a strip because it's a little snug in there. This side's got some damage, so it's not so great. But that's the size of tire. Unfortunately, I only got 3 of these. They're 205 75s, I think. Oh, well, I got 3. They're on my wife's car, but I guess most likely I'm going to just run them in the front. I'll run some porta walls in the back, just so if I want to cook tires, I can do cheap tires all the time. Anyways, while I were down, got our fenders on, we'll see what this thing decides to do on the ground here. I'm wondering if this thing is just stuck in there or what's it doing. That's not bad. Oh, is it hung up on something? Doesn't look like it. Get this out of there. Well, it's not too bad. Doesn't drag on the ground like I thought it was going to. For some reason I thought it... Oh, we don't have any air in the front. Hold on, let me put some air in there and I bet you this stuff is just going to get slaughtered into on the ground. I mean, it's up. There's no way I'd be driving it. Well, I wouldn't drive it with no air in the back anyways, but let's see what would happen. We'll figure that out first. Well, it's not terrible. So I'm thinking we can add some to the back of these fenders. I won't play with it quite yet, but I'm feeling like we can add a little. Because when this thing's aired out completely, I think that one's empty, then this will come up, if you know what I mean. There's quite a bit of room there. I'd like to extend the fenders a little bit so that when it's on the ground, there's a lot of the car sitting on the ground. See if I can get this to undo. Maybe not. All right. So it's sitting. Yeah. I don't know if I'll make it this much because that's still just off the ground. This one, yeah, for sure we're going to add 1 inch to 2 inches. Just want that overall illusion that, well, that's not even bad. I don't know. We'll play with it. I'm not too worried. That's down the road. We just wanted some stuff in here to see what was going to happen. Cool. Well, what do we do now? We got lots of stuff to do and nothing's actually finished. I think the transmission mount, we should work on that. We should get that out of the way and then start figuring out our cab mounts, floor mounts. I really don't know what I'm doing back here yet. I don't know how I'm supporting the back of the car as of yet. I know up here we could build mounts coming off or like do some angle that we can tie in, but yeah. Yes. Okie doke. Well, I'm gonna go in for supper anyways, and then we'll figure it out after. Alrighty. Well, so I what do you all see me doing? We played with the transmission mount. So we got that all built, welded in. I basically managed this weird shock thing that I've had forever. I've basically been able to repurpose all of it now. I've only had it for I don't know how many years. So we used the last bit of it. We made the plate down here, the angle. We're going to drill it and come up just so we can have this mount removable to remove the tranny if we need. So that's all burned in good. Then we modified these bag mounts because I wasn't happy with the way they were sitting. It still has more angle kick than I wanted, but when it was down, what bugged me was the bag here was touching. So we don't want the bag to touch anywhere. So we got those. We basically redid them. I just changed the angle on it to mirror where the spring pocket, because they're just a flat bottom. So I kind of gave it a bit of a curvature to, like I added some meat to it to bring it up a little bit. So it's not so, it still looks like a lot to me, but whatever. Should be fine. That's how you buy them. So I guess I wanted to overdo it. Anyways, I think next step is I'm going to go dig around in my shed, see if I have any shocks, some shorter shocks that we can stick in here to work with the front end. Basically, we got to modify it, and we'll have to run the shocks outboard, which is like we can't run them because the bags are there now, so we'll have to run them off to the side to a new shock tower. Usually what happens then is the wheel kind of rubs it, so we try to fit it in as tight as you can. So hopefully I got some shorter shocks. If I can't, I might have to order some and put that off. A lot of time, I think a short good shock is actually from like a 49 Dodge, like a sedan. Those compress really small, and they extend pretty good. So if I don't have, I'm going to order a bunch of those. So I have some here and have some spare ones. I might have a set, so I'm going to go dig around, see if I can find that. And we'll start building some stuff up there. After that, I think I gotta go find an idler arm or steal one of these air conditioning brackets off something, just so I can get this thing mirrored up right, so for a belt that we can get this mocked up and start plating this thing in right for it. And then we can take the motor out and finish up the motor mounts and the chassis. And I think a lot of this will be pretty good. Like we can kind of fully weld stuff, but I think we'll have to come back and start looking at doing the floors. Start building a floor structure in here and stuff like that. That'll be kind of the plan, but anyways, shocks first. Well, that took a lot of time. With everything said, it would have been faster to cut this out on the plasma table than it would have been to use a piece of 2x3 to make this. Anyways, we got these done. They're just shocks. They're attached to the, give me some light there. They're attached to the lower control arm like that. Goes up here. Nothing's welded. It's just kind of tacked in. But we're sitting. Technically the car's a roller. We're up on our suspension. I think we got distracted, like sidetracked, but in the big picture, it's a roller. It lifts and goes up on its own, on the bags and all that jazz. That's pretty good. Pretty happy with that. This car is like so much lighter than my Buick, because like when I sit here at ride height, there's still more weight to go on to it, but not crazy amounts. I check it. I think there's only like 70 or like 80 pounds in the front. I don't know if this is where I want the car to be riding, but with that said, I got 2,600 bags in my Buick, and I think I run 120 pounds in the front. So that car is just heavy, heavy. So I got that. I don't know what I have in the back, but it's guaranteed not to be very much. But yeah, we did pretty good. We got a transmission mount in. We did, well, we got a shocks. We did the front bags. I don't remember what else we did. Anyways, I think this is where we're going to leave this one. I know we got to touch up this, but I looked at the way of this serpentine belt, and it actually goes this way. So really, this inside's good. I probably didn't have to get it as aggressive as I did here when I did it, but if we probably make this mount go up underneath and just cap this down, we'll come it down a little bit, like we'll go about an inch down, just so it's a little tight, but we can get our belt on. That's kind of the win. Not sure where we're at. We are pretty close to not needing the frame table in here anymore, because the car can hang off the frame now. Like we can, yeah, we don't actually need it in here anymore, which is kind of cool. Anyways, I want to thank you folks for watching, and we will catch you on the next one where I'm thinking we're going to start doing floor stuff. I kind of think that's the plan. I think if I get the floors done, then I feel okay about taking it off this frame table thing. Cool. All right. We'll see you later, folks.